The topic I'm going to be talking about is embryonic stem cell research. Before I tell you my proposition, I want to give a background. Stem cells are cells that are able to become different types of cells. There are two classes of stem cells. It can either be multiponent or pluriponent. Stem cells that are multiponent means that it can become only certain types of stem cells. Stem cells that are pluriponent means that they can become any type of stem cell. According to the National Institute of Health, stem cell research is important because it can be the answer to finding more effective treatments for all sorts of diseases. It takes many years of research to get results. Adult stem research has been researched for decades. On the other hand, embryonic stem cells have been researched for only 11 years. My proposition is that investment in embryonic stem cell research will produce greater results than investment in any other stem cell research. My two supporting claims is that embryonic stem cell research can test new drugs, and embryonic stem cell research are more useful in treating diseases. In my first supporting claim, embryonic stem cells can test new drugs. The ways that embryonic stem cells can test new drugs is by creating pluriponent cells by growing them in test tubes or laboratory dishes. Then they would make those stem cells into specialized cells that are needed to test a new drug. By using pluriponent cells, it can be possible to test drugs from a larger variety of cell types. According to the National Institute of Health, it would offer a safer and potentially cheaper models for drug screening. My second supporting claim is that embryonic stem cells are more useful in treating diseases. The way disease can be treated is by using cell-based therapies. Cell-based therapies is a treatment which makes stem cells become a specialized cell, such as a heart, liver, or muscle cell, that is required to repair damaged or destroyed or tissues. Furthermore, embryonic stem cells are quite easily grown in cell culture. Cell culture basically means growing them in laboratory dishes or test tubes. Being able to be grown easily is important because a large amount of cells are required for the cell-based therapies. According to the National Institute of Health, for example, type 1 diabetes is caused by the cells of a pancreas that not only produce insulin are destroyed by the patient's own immune system. According to the National Institute of Health, these studies have shown that it is possible to make embryonic stem cells from cell culture, which basically means growing them in test tubes or laboratory dishes, to become insulin-producing cells that eventually could be used to transplant into people that have diabetes. Dr. Emmanuel Bede, primary study investigator and chief scientific officer at Noble Cell Incorporation, states that if we instead use embryonic stem cells, then we can also make unlimited numbers of these cells and have an unlimited source that we can stockpile and have available whenever a patient is ready for it. And adult stem cells can also be used to treat diabetes. However, the problem with that is that adult stem cells is more difficult to obtain the right kind of cell for that kind of treatment, and it's limited to growth. This is a good thing because a lot of people that need treatment for diabetes can't get them because it's limited, and by using embryonic stem cells, there's a surplus, so a lot of people can get treatments without having to wait a long time. And so my proposition is investment in embryonic stem cells will produce greater results than investment in any other type of stem cell research.
All right, the topics ID'd, you've got a clear proposition, you've got a good layout of what the supporting structure is going to be. I think you need to develop that first point a little bit more, because it's basically you've got one piece of evidence there and you believe your conclusion is satisfactory, and I'm not sure that it is. On the second point, I think you've got a little bit more information. There needs to be contrast to the other kinds of stem cell research that's more quantifiable in nature. You've got a lot of hypothetical information on the potential solutions. Work a little bit on your pronunciation of embryotic, because it comes out a little awkwardly. You want a little more diversity in your sources. I would say I heard the National Institutes of Health almost all of the time. I think I heard one other source citation being given, so I think a little more diversity would be helpful. All right.